Good morning, dear student. Today we are going to discuss medicine. Earlier we have discussed all homeopathic subject and all allied subject and its relation with our repertoire. So after studying all the subjects, now we have a idea that every subject have its role and significance while treating a case, while doing repertorization, while utilizing our repertoire. So every subject has scope, but every subject have its limitation. And but the subject which is having maximum scope in allied is for us. It means for homeopathy. We have maximum required subject of allied is practice of medicine or medicine. Why? Just simple, because medicine, what we study in medicine, we study a particular disease. Now what you are going to study in a disease, whenever you will study a disease, you will study its definition, its pathophysiology. So definition, it means what is this clinical condition, and pathophysiology, it means what is its mechanism, what it occur, how it occur, and when it was normal, then what was the condition, and how it became abnormal, how you will correlate it with normal, what you have to do while treating. It means you are treating a disease condition, but up to what stage you have to treat. What is your target while treating a case, you will know by pathophysiology. That and if you know pathophysiology, then you know that how disease process occur, what is the mechanism of development of disease. Then you study about its etiology. So etiology, it means what are probable factors which are instigating, which are initiating, which are exciting the disease in the patient. It means you have to know what are factors responsible for generation or start of disease. It is how that disease developed, how and why. How and why. So if what is significance? If you remove it, then you can prevent to other patient. If you remove it in this patient who is suffering, it will stop its excitation. It will stop its excitation. It means disease will not become worse. Most of the time, like it may become a exciting or maintaining cause for a person who is working in mining factory. So that is working in mine is causation, etiology, and also exciting cause. Then you study about in medicine, I study about diagnosis, लैब डायग्नोसिस में पहले इन्वेस्टिगेशन करेंगे. सो इन्वेस्टिगेशन के थ्रू हम डायग्नोसिस करेंगे. तो नाउ यू स्टडी अबाउट इन्वेस्टिगेशन. So what is investigation? Maybe investigation are of many types. Maybe serological examination, or simple blood examination or X-ray or USG or CT, MRI, etc. All these things are what? They are just examination. Maybe some other lab tests. So all these are examination of disease. By this examination tool, you will know that what is the stage of disease when patient came to you or when you are treating him. It is also helpful while you will decide that patient is improving or not, patient is stagnant or improving, or what is happening with patient. You can know only by examination. There are many other tools of examination. I have just told you few, like ECG, EEG. There are many other. Examinations are increasing day by day. We have to update ourselves for current tool of examination. But my dear students, suppose you are working in a village area. My dear students, suppose you are working in a village area where you does not have these type of access. You does not have access to all the examination. Then what you will do? There may be some other condition like you are working, you have access to all these examination, but you may not be expertise to understand EEG, ECG or anything. Maybe that particular doctor is not available, or even if they are available, these examinations have biggest limitation, that is time. These examinations will take time. So what you will do? You will do, to save your time, you will do clinical examination. What is clinical examination? It means you are examining the patient at the bedside. You are examining the patient at the bedside, and it will save your time. It will save your time. So what is happening? You are doing investigation. It is for final confirmation. Okay, because it will be documented. But clinical examination is based on your clinical examination skill. Clinical examination is based on your clinical examination skill. So how much practice you have done? How much practice you have done? Another thing, that patient is cooperating or not. That is also a very major factor. That if patient is cooperating, then only you can do clinical examination. If patient is not cooperating, then you cannot do. And another thing, it is not always confirmatory. Not always confirmed. My dear students, always do clinical examination. It will make your habit, and it will give you perfection with time. When time will pass, with the passage of time, you will be expertise in doing the same thing. For example, pulse. When you were examining pulse first time, you may not feel the rate, rhythm, volume, but if you are examining a patient for if you are examining pulse in approximately 100 plus patient, regularly one or two patient you are examining pulse, then what will happen? The moment you will put your hand, you will feel the every pulse rate, rhythm, volume. In few cases where pulse is weak, feeble, what you will face problem? You may not be able to examine. But if you are expertise, if you are doing it regularly, then what will happen? You will be able to examine in all the type of cases. So it is very much helpful if you are doing it regularly. Practice makes you perfect. So what you have to do? You have to see a case, you have to do clinical examination. By clinical examination, you got to know that what type of test we should advise. What type of test we should advise, and there is a sequence that after this, there is a sequence you should know in investigation other than clinical investigation. This is in this examination, like first X-ray, then CT or MRI. What is required? Because many times patient belongs to very poor family. They are not able to afford every type of test. So if we know that, for example, a case of migraine came. So if you are treating a case of migraine, so migraine, but how you will diagnose that it is migraine or not? How you will diagnose that it is migraine or not? By clinical or this lab investigation. Then you will treat. So everything, patient who is coming to you, they want to know that what is their disease. So after examination is finished, then what you study? You study after examination diagnosis, probable diagnosis और प्रोविजनल डायग्नोसिस, और उसके बाद फाइनल डायग्नोसिस. प्रोविजनल डायग्नोसिस और फाइनल डायग्नोसिस. देन मैटर कम्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. Before management, then it means how you will manage the disease. How you will manage the disease. It means what are preventive measure you should tell to your patient to stop any further modification or any further exciting factor which will affect the patient to more worse condition. You will try to stop. So, and management, it means what are possible management should be advised to patient to take during the treatment, so that your treatment should work. And final is prognosis. Prognosis, it means what are future of that particular disease. What are future of that particular patient who is suffering from that particular disease. What can be happen with that particular patient. So this is also a very important part, because patient came to you mainly for this. What is his diagnosis? what is his management, and what is prognosis. So prognosis, it means many patients will come and will say you that doctor sir, we want guarantee for our treatment. Are you taking guarantee that my disease will be cured? So I will suggest to all of you to say one simple word to all your patients, that an educated doctor will never, an educated doctor will never take any guarantee, because we don't know that what will happen with patient, either with our medicine, and first thing, we don't know what will be action of drug on this case. We don't know what will be action of our drugs on this case. So most of the time you will find that only illiterate or this type of quacks will take guarantee. Even a surgeon who have done appendectomy approximately 1,000 or 10,000 cases, even he will not take guarantee while doing a simple case of appendectomy. And even a case, a MD skin doctor, dermatologist who is treating a case, and so for example psoriasis or simple wart or anything, or nail white, you don't know what is this case exactly. So never take guarantee for any case. It means either your patient may stay with you or may not stay with you, but you will not take guarantee for any case. And if patient says that doctor, other doctors are taking guarantee for our case, then you say that okay, you can go to others. But if you are taking to coming to us, taking my prescription, then I will try to do my best possible with you. I will always try to do best possible management suggestion for you. I will always try to do best possible required investigation for you, but I cannot take guarantee, and because it is illegal, it is medical legal, it will create medical legal issue. So even you will see that most of the time nowadays, for example, you do go for ultrasound report, you advise a patient to go for USG, simple USG, or you advise a patient X-ray or TSH or thyroid profile test. What you will find, one line written in these reports, which is written every time in most of the report. What is written? Try to see, and we will discuss everything in next class. We will discuss that what is happening, and if any one of you have any query, then you can contact me on my email brashosh8@gmail.com. Okay, we will discuss in next class about how this report will play a role in our repertory, Thank you, dear students. We'll discuss other things in next class. Thank you.